Do you like to go to parties? I know I like to go to parties. And when you go to a party, what do you hope that they have? Games or music or some special food? I know I always look forward to ice cream at a party. And sometimes when I'm at a party, I'll drink soda. I don't normally drink soda because it's got a lot of sugar in it, but if it's a party and it's a special day, I will treat myself. Well, when grown-ups go to a party, sometimes they like to drink wine to celebrate. Like if they go to a wedding and they'll have like delicious food and a fancy cake and they'll have some wine to celebrate. You can't have wine yet because you're not old enough, but grown-ups like to have wine. Well, there's a story about Jesus and a wedding he went to. So he went to a wedding of some friends and his mom was at the wedding. And during the wedding, everybody was celebrating and suddenly they ran out of wine. Now, if you run out of wine, your guests are going to be very upset. And Mary didn't want her friends to be embarrassed. So she said, I know, I'll go ask Jesus. He'll know what to do. So she went to Jesus and she told him, Jesus, they ran out of wine. And at first Jesus said, it's really not time for me to start doing things like this. But then he thought about it and he said, you know what? My mom's asking me something, so I should do it. When your mom asks you something, do you do it? Well, you should, just like Jesus did. So what did Jesus do? He told the waiters to go and get some water and to get 6 jugs. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 jugs. And he told them to fill the jugs up with water. And as they were doing this, Jesus was praying. Who do you think he was talking to? Do you think he was talking to his Father in heaven? I think that's who he was talking to. And he was asking his Father to help him. So when the servants poured the water into the jugs, look what happened. It wasn't water anymore. It turned into wine. Let's see, that's 1, 2. Let's see if we can do all 3. 3. All 6. 4. All wine. 5. 6. Look, it turned into wine. And it wasn't just any wine. It was the most delicious wine that the people at the wedding had ever tasted. Now I have a question. How did Jesus do that? That's right. He's God, and God can do anything. And that was Jesus's first miracle. We heard about a miracle that he did last week when he was in the storm with his friends and he calmed the storm. He said, be still, and the wind and the wave listened to him. Well, this was the first miracle he did. And when people saw what he did, they started saying, who is he? Look what he did. He made water into wine. This guy is very special, because some of them didn't know who he was yet. So now I want to read you the story from the Bible, the story that I just told you. It's called A Wedding Party. One day, Jesus and his helper friends went to a wedding party. It was a happy time for everyone. There was food to eat and wine to drink. But Jesus' mother came over to him. Something terrible has happened, she said. They have run out of wine. Then she looked at the servants and said, do whatever Jesus tells you to do. There were 6 very big stone jars nearby. Jesus told the servants, fill those jars with water. So the servants filled the jars to the top. Now dip some out, said Jesus, and give it to the people. The servant dipped out the water, but it was not water anymore. It was wine. The people drank it. Some of them said it was the best wine at the party. They did not know it had been plain water, but the servants knew. God had given Jesus special power because Jesus is the Son of God. Did you like that story? I really like that story because it tells me some things. It tells me that Jesus listens to his mom. It tells me that Jesus can do anything. It tells me that Jesus liked to help his friends. And it lets me know that Jesus is God. So I hope you like the story, and I hope you try to retell it to your mom and dad. And I'm going to come back in a new video and show you a craft that you can make today so that you can use it when you retell the story.